The voting polls were empty in District 3 for the primary elections for the Stevens Point mayor. Many have attributed the empty polls to numerous aspects, whether it be the cold or disinterest.
I don't think a lot of people know.
Oh, really?
To be honest with you, right, yeah. 'Cause I haven't seen any ads on television, so how are they supposed to know?
The weather might have some effect, but it's still early in the day, probably after work this afternoon, it'll probably pick up.
Weather being a factor, and people aren't that enthused about this, it seems.
Despite the low numbers, voters and poll workers stress the importance of a citizen's vote.
Do you feel like it's important?
Of course it's important, because otherwise everybody does, pick who you want now, you're not going to get to who you want in the spring. Mm-hmm. You're just going to get whoever busts their people in or whatever.
I thought, it should be just common knowledge, but it's not. And that's, like I said, that's why I'm number 35.
Do you think it's important that people vote in the primaries?
Absolutely.
How come?
Well, it's your civic duty.
Many of the voters were permanent residents of Stevens Point. A lot of them said students do not vote because they do not permanently live here.
We've seen a lot more permanent people here than students.
Did you know there was an election for the Stevens Point mayor today?
No, I did not.
They should at least be aware of what is going on around them, and whether they like local politics like here in Stevens Point or not, that's one thing, but they should realize if where they're from, their hometown, that they should be involved in things like that.
One person said citizens should not vote if they are not informed on the politics of a local community.
Do you feel like do you feel like the mentality of let someone else decide, do you feel like that's negative?
It's tough to say. I guess it depends on how long you've lived here and how involved in politics you are. I don't want to say somebody who doesn't vote is wrong if they don't know who the candidates are and haven't taken the time. I guess it's maybe what they should do, not vote for a name that's on a sign if they don't know anything about that person.
This has been Emily Showers with SPTV News.